So the Philadelphia 76ers have once again lost to the Boston Celtics. And I mean, this has just been the theme since last year, actually earlier than last year, because before last year, the Sixers weren't beating anyone, but especially last year when the Sixers actually got good, they still weren't able to beat the Boston Celtics. And I guess some teams just have the other team's number, and that's just the way it is. If the Philadelphia 76ers were the Toronto Raptors, the Boston Celtics would be LeBron James. And maybe, okay, it hasn't gotten to that level yet, but you see what I'm trying to say. And after the game yesterday, something rare happened. Something that I don't think I've ever seen happen as Joel Embiid pretty much admitted defeat. He said that we can't even consider this to be a rivalry because the Celtics always win.
Man, judging mentioned it earlier, this is not a rivalry. I don't know our record against them, but it's pretty bad. They always kick our ass, so this is not a rivalry, and you mentioned that earlier, so we just gotta, work together and figure it out. But Jason, like I said, is special. I was with him all summer. We played a lot of one-on-ones, and I was kicking his ass. So. But I love him. I love his game, and I'm excited to play against him, for a long time.
And I do see where he is coming from when he says that, and I think you could say that he's right, but at the same time, I still think that this should be considered a rivalry in today's NBA, just because this is as close as we're actually going to get to an actual rivalry in today's NBA. But overall, I'd say that the Celtics versus Sixers right now is starting to become comparable to back in the 80s, when the Celtics were a dominant team in the league, the team to beat in the Eastern Conference. And the Detroit Pistons were a team on the come up, a really good team, but they could just never beat the Boston Celtics until eventually when the Celtics got older. Or even in the early 90s when the Pistons were the team to beat in the Eastern Conference and MJ and the Bulls were on the rise. And Michael Jordan and the Bulls for a couple of years just couldn't get past the Pistons in the playoffs. I think this is kind of what's happening with the Sixers and the Celtics right now, where the Celtics are going to be the team to beat in the East, and if the Sixers ever want to get past them, obviously, well, they're just gonna have to get past them. So that's sort of what this reminds me of. Anyways, watching the actual game yesterday, I'd say this loss was all on Embiid. And I'm not just saying that because there were a couple of plays when he got scored on the defensive end, but he just didn't play a good game at all. He was out there trying to force way too much in the post, making a lot of sloppy passes. I think he had like 5 or 6 turnovers just off errant passes that went right into the defender's hand. So despite the stats, despite the 23 points and 10 rebounds I believe that he was able to get yesterday, Joel Embiid just wasn't very good. But then again, outside of Ben Simmons, no one out of the Sixers at all was very good yesterday. Ben Simmons was phenomenal, but no one else could make a shot. But going back to Embiid for a second, the thing is, this is a major trend whenever the Sixers play against Boston. The Celtics have always been able to own Joel Embiid. In the regular season last year, Embiid only averaged 17 points on 38% shooting from the field against Boston. And in the playoffs, even though I guess you could say he was one of the Sixers' best players in that series, he still wasn't nearly as dominant as he was against every other team in the league, except for games 1 and 5, where he actually played pretty well. Which is strange because all credit goes to Boston and the defense they play, especially to Al Horford. He does a great job of defending Joel Embiid, but Joel Embiid is arguably the best center in the NBA. And that being said, he just shouldn't be able to be shut down by guys like Al Horford and Aaron Baines. So he's really going to have to find a way to overcome this Boston Celtics team, because until he does, until Joel Embiid is able to dominate the Celtics like he does every other team in the NBA, the Celtics will always own Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. All right, Warriors versus Thunder. So this recap is going to be brief, really brief, as there isn't much to say. Everyone knew that the Warriors were going to win this game since the Thunder were without Russell Westbrook, and the Warriors did win this game, albeit not by as much as I thought they would have though, and that was mainly due to Paul George and the Thunder coming out strong in the third quarter. But still, this outcome was inevitable, as Stephen Curry almost notched a triple-double in his first game of the season with 32 points and 9 assists and 8 rebounds. the Warriors will be the Warriors. They're still going to be the favorites to win it all this year. Anyways, though, that actually covers everything that we had to talk about from day one of the 2018-2019 NBA season. I'm just so glad that the NBA is back finally. But anyways, hit that like button if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel with post notifications turned on so you can stay up to date with everything that goes on in the NBA on a daily basis. Thank you once again for watching, though. You guys already know that you are the real MVPs, and until tomorrow, I am out of here.